Hello, traders. Welcome to the Sunday stream. It's good to see y'all. Yeah, we had a nice McDonald's stream on Friday. And so, because of inertia, this newfound love on this app that has been discontinued from Snapchat itself, found a way around it. And so, let's just do it, man. Who cares about my stupid face? You know, let's care about the charts. What's going on the charts, man? Weekly bearish engulfing candle confirmed in 48 minutes. Unfortunately, a bearish breakdown back below the key inflection point, $28,800 back from 2021, man, right? A couple times. That's fine. It's not a big deal. I mean, until we get follow through next week, right? Is it really that valid? Because what happens if just bids come in next week? Understand that starting tomorrow, it will be the most important week of earnings season with all the massive tech companies reporting. And yeah, we're okay. I mean, still above the 200-week moving average. Go to the daily. Daily, you haven't even taken out the freaking 26,700 lows yet. I mean, wait for that. I mean, why has that not occurred yet? It's going to require a lot more selling to just take out a minor low. It's like almost nothing. The more major low that's discernible on the daily is 20K. Well, I mean, you're still above this. It's kind of hilarious. The selling pressure, I mean, isn't really that crazy, man. Just 3 nasty days in a row. 3 black crows, really. But that's it so far. I'm really not even that impressed. I'll tell you, though, of course, the first support level below you, outside of 26,700, is $25,000. So, and we're right at that 23% retrace from the previous low to high anyway. No, 382 is 26,689. You haven't even hit a 38% retrace yet, which is like the beginning of the golden zone. So the retrace so far is still extremely shallow. And that's it. Oh man, what happens if I yawn, man? Gets really bright, man. Okay. But that's it. I mean, that's Bitcoin, you know. Sideways this weekend after the bad day on Friday. Ethereum, very close to bearish engulfing candle on the weekly. But I mean, like, if in 46 minutes you catch any sort of bids, you might not bearishly engulf. Unfortunately, below 1972, 2043, I mean, until you fall below 1730, there's actually literally nothing to worry about. It sucks to say that because it's like, oh, that means, like, you know, Ethereum could draw down another 10+%. Or how about 9%? And still be okay above an inflection point. You're just in the middle of 2 levels, so it's really tough here. I mean, like, we're talking about an actionable entry or anything. It's kind of coin flippish territory. But despite all that, despite the sell-off, no technical damage has been done besides not being able to break out. That's it. What's up, Eric, man?
Looking for some puts on PGR. I think we have topped out. Can we take a look?
What's up, Reese? Thanks for the 16. Along with Eric's 5. Yeah, we will look at PGR. I've been looking at scanning through some assets today. Man, I mean, like, the altcoins, like, despite like Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, XRP looking kind of okay on the monthly, man, some of these altcoins actually don't even look that great anymore on the monthly. Because the monthly, remember, it's closing in like, what, 5 days or 6 days? But yeah, I mean, like, all the larger cap cryptos are fine. Gold, silver, copper, platinum all look incredible on the monthly. So, again, you're like, what happens, you know, if a pivot begins here? You start rallying back to 2043 and you break it. I mean, all of a sudden, it's just another higher low. You're still uptrending. If you don't know this weekend what happened, I mean, my God, is it Argentina's central bank out of US dollars now? Right, halting like whatever withdrawals, and I think you have to. I don't think you can go over $10,000, and whatever of transferring. So, and again, look at the bank stocks. Oh my God, I was looking at some of them today. It's terrible, dude. Like I just like. It's been like maybe a month now. Oh my God, it's anonymous. Up in the chat. Let's go.
Anonymous tipped $100. Aloha from the beach.
Thank you for the $100 from the beach, dude. Well, you're getting good Wi-Fi, good internet out there, man. You're watching the sun do some TA. I can see you, man. Put on your sunscreen. I'm destroying you right now with my UV radiation. Like, you need to get under an umbrella. You've been out in the sun all day, dude. Okay? So I know who you are. I just saw, like, you know, the money, like, came to me. It was like a UFO. Thank you. All right. So just nothing really bad has happened yet on Ethereum except a very shallow retrace on Bitcoin Ethereum. That's it. And then you go to BNB, and I'm sorry, like, you know, this is what happens. These market conditions are rather illiquid, man, and there's not too much movement. But you got to really, if we take a look back at BNB, I mean, just incredible resilience from the buyers here. Failing to break the key level of levels locally for the second time with daily bearish divergence. And so far, all that's happened is just you're still elevated. You think, oh, after this, it's over. We're done. That's confirmation. We're screwed. Buyers are exhausted. But nay, just a higher low somehow getting put in and holding and just right back at the you know, like the bottom of the zone, 330 to 350. I mean, it is not over yet. It's not over. I can't even believe how many people are just like, now the altcoins, again, monthly kind of look bad. But man, just as quick as they can draw down 10, 15%, they can rally back, erase those losses within a day. But dang, man, the third largest crypto out there, you know, outside of stables, is very resilient, and somehow, by the grace of God, it's maybe put in another higher low. Maybe you should just have your alert set up like at 336, because if you're hearing that beep, that is part of the level being breached, and you should quick ride back up to 348.60, 350, and if that breaks, man, it's gone. Literally gone. I know though, right? Look, the edge is implying reversal of the downside. It began, but the fall through has been pretty abysmal. But you just got to wonder how earnings week's going to be. You know, earnings season, but earnings week for real. And the way like all these assets look on the stock market, like the big tech, big market cap tech stocks, like complacency, rising wedges all over the place, just extended on slightly higher highs or the same highs, kind of like the index funds. All right, there's your BNB. It looks fine on the daily, kind of. I mean, like, the follow through hasn't been there yet. So it would require, right? Like if Bitcoin holds up here, I mean, 430, very fast, suit. I mean, but like, you know, again, I get it. It's been just a shallow retrace on Bitcoin so far. All right, look at your weekly here on BNB. It's still spectacular how this rising three methods is still valid. The bullish continuation pattern. And if, again, 350 is everything here, man. So I got all my alerts there, but you can see the level, you know what it is, and it's already, the supply line's been breached, and all that has to happen is an ice line gets breached, and we'll see what happens, man. This is you're not dead yet, okay? That's like kind of the sermon today. You're not dead yet on these big cryptos. XRP not having a good day, down about 2%. Bearish engulfing candle will be confirmed in 39 minutes. You're about to be getting your lowest weekly close since March 20th. After failing to break out, that's okay. All that has to happen, and it could take weeks, but all that has to happen is XRP market participants pivot the price above 35.5 cents. I mean, going for a 40-cent back test wouldn't be that weird either. It really wouldn't be bad. I mean, think about it. That's never happened. Like, that could be absolutely legendary. I mean, it would be written, inscribed in the legendarium of XRP if somehow, some way, market participants were able to push the price down to formally back test that 40-cent level before then going. Because no one knows yet if that'll act as support. So that they often do that. On every chart, on every market participants love back tests, right? Like, I don't know, the meme, like the B word. B words love this. Well, guess what? Market participants, M words, love backtest, and that would give it to you on that 40 cents, right? Okay. That would be the equivalent of like BNB breaking 350 pretty hard and then back testing it as support before going higher. So pay attention. Really choppy, but you're still in good shape on these bigger cryptos. Yeah, the lesser thans are really the ones that just starting to draw me in, like being like, dang man, the monthly starting to look like just back to garbage. Same, just chop city for the whole year. Here's your monthly on XRP. That closes in 7 days. Yeah. So still, like, what's the problem, man? You haven't seen positive momentum since December of 2021. It's been a long time. So bullish engulfing candle from last month is still active, valid. You're good, man. There's actually no problems right now. And I think 40 cents is the big one. Like, that's the level you really don't want to see maybe XRP fall below that. If you're trying to strategize here or something. Protect yourself, preserve your capital. All right, those are your big four. Then we just like, we're here looking at the monthly. Might as well just, hey, ICX, bad day today. Down 6+%. I mean, just look at something like this. Like, what in the... Goes up to 49 cents and is now at 29 cents. Runs up, hits the next inflection point, and then reverses and is now like struggling to maybe even break another inflection point. Okay. Still working on a bullish engulfing candle on ICX. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like crazy. It's like engulfing candle in January, another monthly engulfing candle in April. And go to like something like ONT on the monthly. It's just not impressive, right? It's not like, I mean, it made its highest price since August, but look at these pullbacks you're getting on all these coins. Something like Zcash, you're only down 2% today, but dang, man, like, no compelling monthly candles is what I'm saying. Like, you might have had them occurring before the drawdown, you know, on April 18th and 15th, but look what's happening. I mean, it's like, oh, so you know what happens if like all stayed the same unless Bitcoin rallied? You'd legit be making your lowest monthly candle close since the COVID crash low. How insane is that? Like that'll happen if no movement in the next 7 days. Is that indicative of like optimism? I should be optimistic about that. Not really. Still optimistic about, again, the big four. Then stuff like Zcash, just like, what? These are not the same, right? It's Gustavo Fring, whatever, the meme. We are not the same. So I guess, like, you know, based on looking at this stuff, and you're probably serving yourself, your capital better, like staying with larger market cap cryptos. And that's based on the technicals. Yeah, we got big week coming up, man. And this is not different. I mean, around the market, around the crypto market. I mean, something like EOS, where you're just like, dang, man, it was going pretty well. And you know, it's not gonna be doing what Zcash is doing, but you know, gosh, man, like just selling off, and you're at the same price you were at in June of last year. There's just nothing. It's just not moving. Up and down, chopping. Not enough liquidity in this system by the looks of it. Oh, by the way, we do have a new member of the traditional technical analysis with Mitch Ray community. Big shout out to Claire Fisher, born just a few days ago on the 18th. Congratulations, Brad Fisher, for becoming a father. Our very own Brad Fisher. Get the hype in the chat or the stream's over. Please clap. Based on how much Brad's had to parent me over these past 5 years, I would say it is safe to say he's gonna be a good dad. For sure. Good stuff, man. Let's look at like some Cardano. I mean, Cardano's not too bad on the monthly. You know, some are worse than others. But some like Bitcoin Cash, where like, hey, the weekly looks okay. Man, it was trying to break out. Look how close it was to the breakout, and just another pathetic failure. You're talking, I mean, massive engulfing candle in January is still valid if you can believe it with your eyes. But look at the just unable 133 for like 4 months now. I mean, really go beyond that to like, I mean, even in July. How many failed attempts to breach this COVID crash low? You just can't do it, man. And just been rolling over, getting close to making your lowest low since December. You know, just like pathetic so far. You got to catch the bids. I don't know where they are. It seems like the bids have been in store for the big ones.
What you've been up to, Brad? Not much, just making babies, you know. Alien dance.
Literally.
Is that a joint?
No, it's a baby pacifier. Thank you. Thank you, dude. Okay. Yeah. So look at Doge on the monthly. I'm just like, we're looking like, you know, pathetic, man. Just these aren't even in the same ballpark as like the big cryptos. Look at that. Oh, hey, I'm Doge. I'm gonna go to 10.4 cents now. I'm 7.8 cents. All right, man. Pretty pathetic. And it goes on and on and on. It's like the Journey song. The Journey song, like Link. Just pathetic, man. Look at this. Just imagine just owning that. Same price it was at May 2022. Same price it was at July 2020. Whew. Okay, so let's we got 30 minutes to your close here.
Baby Drock Brad. Congrats and hang in there. Never stop doing dishes.
Yeah, dude. Congrats on the Gudon's mustard, dude. I'm sure Brad and family will enjoy the mustard. Thank you, dude. Or am I doing this right? I'm just the son, man. I'm not supposed to know what that even is. Uniswap also disappointing. Look at this crap, man. It's like, oh, the Momo is shifting. It was trying to put in a second low that was higher than the first low. And it's just like, really? That is just Uniswap versus BNB or XRP or Ethereum or Bitcoin itself. It doesn't even. I mean, looking at this crap, you just never put your money into it compared to the big ones. If you really want to see like what a Chad-based monthly is, you'd have to get out of crypto. And you'd have to go to Platinum. Look at your monthly on Platinum, chat. I mean, find me a crypto on the monthly that looks like Platinum. You won't find it. This is impeccable. A higher low's finally been put in. Your first higher low on Platinum. First higher low on Platinum
Next time Brad
since
has a baby. Can we do a poll on baby names?
Is that a joint?
Sure, yeah. We can do it. Yep. And whatever the poll picks, Brad must name his child that. And it's he has to. It's law. He'll go to jail if he doesn't. California law. So it's just like, look, I mean, breaking above 1,050 is everything. But I'm saying like XPT, which is platinum, making its first higher low really since 2006. That's insane. Crazy. You've already broken a supply line. So like the Bulkowski bump already occurred a long time ago. It actually happened in November of 2020 for the throwback. But the throwback's complete. And now a new rally's ensuing, and you're breaking a key resistance point from 2006. And you got to think the consequences of this in time. Big gold, silver, platinum, and even copper showing some hidden bullish divergence, which is incredible. I mean, look at the hidden bullish divergence on platinum on the monthly. It's there and it's been playing out. So pay attention to, it's not just about crypto, man, because it can't be, because it's like, sometimes there's just not enough liquidity. No one's going to buy Zcash. No one wants to buy it. No one wants to buy Uniswap, dude. Sorry, but people are buying. Clearly, they're buying platinum, gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum, kind of XRP, and BNB. Sorry, and then like again, let's show you the copper real quick. Was it this one I had plotted, or was it the other one? The other one, I think. XCU, right? No, the crazy HG1, that was it. Copper, look at this. So you got like, you're above 362, which is a monthly candle close from 2006. All right, and you're right up against this the high from 2006. And that's kind of a breakout point, and it's like hidden divergence. You haven't even gone positive on momentum yet, and you got to wonder: is this the look at the trend? I mean, the high, the low, the higher high, the higher low, the same low, the higher high, the higher low. But look at the 200-month moving average being defended. I mean, it's like you're uptrending on copper. Could you decibel check? I think it should be okay, but I don't know, man. And then we can just look at, like, let's take a look at, well, you know what? Let's S&P 500 futures real quick, because that's open now. And, again, there's not much that's going to be happening. I mean, crazy hidden bullish divergence on the monthly. It's insane. I mean, like, that's so real. Like, right? The COVID crash low to this other low, the low from October of last year. Hidden divergence begun to play out with a pivot, at least. You haven't broken 4,200, 4,300 yet. You wonder how much higher we'll go. And I mean, my God, dude, it's like I get the Momo's shifted to the higher lows locally, but here you are right back at this late January high. You're not taking it out yet. Go to the daily, and you just think that look, I mean, it's very neutral, right? Where you're making higher lows, higher highs, now the same high, but all of them, every one of them is lower than the low from August, which that drawdown began and the pivot started. So like, in order to reverse the trend overall, you got to take out that high before the long drawdown. You haven't done that. You haven't broken that. And I think that's what's so important about this week. I mean, I think based on how this week goes is going to probably determine if we break 4,200 or if we resume the long-term downtrend we've been in. And earnings, I think it's not going to go well. Like, even if the price, reacts inverse, I think the numbers are going to be terrible. And that's going to continue, right? Just because you have, just supply chain and inflation, and cost of goods and services and materials have all skyrocketed. I mean, all these variables fundamentally, I mean, you killing demand. You just think that no matter what, the numbers are gonna get worse. Every report now going forward. And yeah, and like, okay, yeah, everyone expected it to be really bad, so it pumped, but it's still going to be terrible. You know, I mean, all these companies laying off thousands of people, thousands and thousands of people, shuttering stores. It's all these regional companies too, like with, you know, 100 stores, but they're just not around all around the country or all around the world. They're just collapsing, going bankrupt. So, my God, man. So many, dude. Like, Air Miles, Acorn, Allegiance Mining, Amscan, Auto Plus, Avaya, Bali Sports, Boxed Incorporated, Corizon, David's Bridal, Diamond Sports Group. Oh my God! What? $690 up in the chair! Holy crap!
Beatus tip $690. Smile at her daily. Congratulations, Mr. Fisherman. Much love.
Wow, thanks for the $690. Jesus. That definitely. It did feel good, man. Thank you, Batson, for the super rare Super Saiyan Bitcoin ball in the chair. Cheers, man. Wow. It's the biggest contribution in a while, dude. Whew. Out of left field, too. Dang. So, you know, just to say, like, we're continuing on this bankruptcy in 2023. Genesis, you know, that's cryptocurrency. Halloween City. Oh, no, what are we going to do about Halloween City going bankrupt, bro? Chapter 11. Loyalty One. Jacqueline Cosmetics. Johnson's Baby. Sorry, Brad. You can't shop at Johnson's Baby anymore. Morphe Cosmetics, yeah. Madera Community Hospital. National Cinemedia. Party City. Good, you know. Roman Catholic. I mean, I guess there's... Yeah, you have churches going bankrupt too. I don't know how that works. Simmons Betting Company, Starry Entertainment, you know, SVB, of course, Toy City, Tuesday Morning, Tuft and Needle, Universal Entertainment, Virgin Orbit. I mean, that's a lot of names I just threw out there. And this is all in this year. We're only 4.3 months into the year. Think about how many more are going to shutter by the end of this year. So far, this is unbelievable, okay? Up to date, right, since January 1st, there have been 168,243 layoffs combined, you know, with like bankruptcy and just companies laying off employees. 168,000. And it's May, or it's about to be May. And you know how it is, right? Major crises are happening in October, technically on the markets, you know, a lot. So, it's hard, like, so with all these, like, fundamental things happening, with banks failing, and like, they're not done, my God. The KRE, we looked at this on Friday, right? This is like the banking crisis chart. And you've had since March 13th for the bids to come in at an inflection point, and they didn't come in. They didn't come in, and you're showing hidden bearish divergence. So it's like, you know, this is going to eventually dump again. There's no, I mean, like, I don't even care if it rallies. It's never going to take out the high from February at 65 bucks. It's just not, on whatever rally occurs here, it's not going to take those levels out. Nope. And just look where you are. I mean, you're so, like, you're this high from 2014. Once that breaks, bye-bye. See you down at way lower prices. And how many banks are going to collapse, you know, during that free fall? How much more money is going to have to get put back on the Fed's balance sheet to prevent this chart from collapsing further? Like, these are questions, man. So we look at something like, you know, one of these S coins, and it's like, man, with all this, like, I guess I understand fundamentally why, like, no one's going to, even if the technicals are okay on the weekly or daily, you know, I understand why no one's going to be like, oh, I can't wait to buy Zcash or ICP coin, even if, you know, again, oh, it's a dragon pattern. Okay, dragon pattern hit targets, dump to zero after that. I don't really care. But you just got to be cognizant of where we are, what reality is. And, you know, again, just that is why, even with impeccable arguments like the PEJ, that, like, wow, man, classic accumulation, it's above all the resistance points. You just got to understand, even with it being like that, bad earnings come out, the sell-off starts happening, the VIX starts spiking, you fall below that $39 level, it doesn't matter. You're done. You're out. You're stopped out. It's over. And then all this accumulation could have just been bearish consult. That happens, man. You're in a long established downtrend now. And all this consolidation could just be bearish consolidation. Break $42, that's a mega breakout. That is the level, the big breakout where you could end up going to $45+. But for now, yes, of course, it's beautiful. We love the accumulation, but in downtrends, you oftentimes see accumulation. What's a bear flag? What's a rising wedge? That's accumulation, higher lows. But, you know, something like a rising wedge, man. I was looking at today. Well, you tell me, dude. On which one? Oh, it's like the was it EFA? I thought I'd seen more. I thought I'd posted more rising wedges today. Oh, maybe I did it in general chat. So EFA is the that's an ETF, right? But a lot of these are looking like this kind of, right? You know, you're in this long established downtrend, and then you have this methodical, grindy, upsloping price contraction. And you're at, from the high to low, you're at a 61.8% retrace, the top of the golden zone, man. And I'm telling you, in downtrends, the 618 is a magic area, like a really well-established downtrend. I mean, how many times in 2018 did Bitcoin rally 61.8% before collapsing again after finally showing like bearish divergence and stuff? So, makes you wonder, doesn't it? Like, how does it ever get above $75, even if it keeps rallying? My God. I just don't think that'll end well. And then look at something like Roku. Okay, we're just going all over the place today. Look at this. Look what happened on Friday. Okay, so Roku had its lowest daily candle close since February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. But look left. This is an important 58.83 level. Why? Go back to history and see at one time it was an all-time high, December 2017. That has been breached with a candle close on the weekly and the daily. So the downside potential is insane. So, Cryptorius. Thank you, dude. Yeah, Bitcoin's the king. Bitcoin's the answer to all this crap. I mean, it is, you know. Unfortunately, you know, with like earnings depression, recession coming in hot, just because, like, hey, you know, it's not good, and Bitcoin sells off more. I mean, you guys gotta understand, like, Bitcoin is not about the price. It is about what it is. I mean, it's the fundamental aspect of individual sovereignty and security And that's what Bitcoin's about, more so than it being at 27,550 right now, or 20,000, or $15,000. It is the answer no matter what the price is. Okay, so look, I mean, do you think, I mean, it probably isn't gonna end well on Roku. What did Roku do? Kind of like all these S coins, these mega S coins, like the trash, man, like ICP and all, you know, Mana, the Decentraland, right? The NFT coins or whatever, the metaverse coins. They did the same reactive. It was a reflexive rally, and that was it. Nothing discernible on the weekly as like a confirmation low or anything. And now the end of that reflexive rally has come to pass with a technical bearish breakdown. And you got to think like minimum target below 58.83 of 38.41. But if that doesn't hold, mother of God. Oops. Right, I mean, like talking about like $29 or something. Crazy. Because straight up, down, up, down, up. Why not down now? After the, you know, oh, just a kind of a random rally. But now we know undeniably the downside potential is about 50% downside, right? From where the breakdown was to the next key inflection point, 50%. Roku, man, I mean, go get your Fire Stick and clutch your ankles, I guess. I mean, below this level, yeah, that's what you do. Sorry, music stopped, man. I can't even believe I can know the music stopped. The sun doesn't have ears. I swear, no ears here, man. Oh, sweet.
Gentlemen in the mix.
So there's just like a lot of assets out there that are getting kind of weird at the tail end of a 3-month, 4-month rally. My God, you want to see something stupid that I found today that like you would maybe short it, right? But good God, it was Cal Main Foods. Yeah, CALM. Nothing calm about this chart. Look at this. This is the Terra Luna fractal, right? You know what that pattern is. If you're a member of this community, you know what it is, man. And the natural gas fractal for collapse. Exact same thing here. You've hit a 2015 all-time high. You failed to breach it a multitude of times, and now the momentum is shifted, and you've confirmed on the right shoulder that you're screwed. I mean, like, this is almost, it seems like it'd be a slam dunk. A double tweezer top. Are you kidding? Below 60 bucks. I mean, there's a $35 target down there, right? The bottom of the range again. Wow. It's stupidly nice looking bearish, right? Like if you flip this chart over, oh my God. How bullish does this look, right? I'd be salivating if it looked like that on the upside, right? Unfortunately, it's on the bearish side. Anyways, just saying, like, you look at this, right, you stare at it, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah. And then you just type in Luna to US dollar tether. And then you remember, oh, yeah, remember that time that the exact same structural development occurred, right? The high, then the slightly higher high with the head and shoulders failing to break the first all-time high. Oh, yeah, consequences could be very dire on CALM. It will then be from calm to panic. It'll change its ticker when the dump commences. Hey, it's Crypto Hoarder, man. What's up, dude? How you doing, dudes? Don't stare in the sun, man. Stare at the charts. Yeah, but then you have like this, right? The bearish fractal, but then like somehow, some way, there's a bullish fractal on the XLY. It's like the inverse. It's like the low, then the lower low, inverse head and shoulders. I mean, it's like, my God, this looks like time to go to 173, 180 eventually. Just not yet. I mean, because this can look like this, but there's been no breakout yet. at all, right? What happens when earnings are bad and this thing starts dumping again? Then all of a sudden this idea itself completely collapses, and then we head to much lower prices and eventually make an 88% retrace. I would not be surprised if that happens. Even with looking at a fractal that's so unbelievable, you remember, don't stop forgetting about earnings recession, depression, incoming fundamentals are terrible. A lot of hazards on the market, right? You're only at a 618. You're doing this at 618, right? I mean, the 886 is $97. So, like, I'm think it's cool now, but no breakout. So I don't think you're worth a crap. I don't think XOY is worth 2 craps until it breaks 154, because that's the breakout point. Until then, it's cute, but be cautious, really cautious here, because really, what happened? You're in a downtrend, well-established long-term downtrend. Lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, and slightly higher low for now until another major markdown, and then you just make another lower low, because the trend is still long-term bearish, undeniably. Okay, so I think we had a request. I think someone requested something. We'll look at it. We're just this is just a get you ready for next week type of stream, right? Let's see. PGR for Varese. Okay. Progressive. Oh, it has been just killing it, man. Wow. What a just unstoppable. Insurance companies. I mean, look at this chart. It's like crazy. But how do you call a top on this? How do you be like, oh yeah, well, the top is nigh? Pfft. I mean, if you were a top caller on Progressive, you'd be homeless. You wouldn't even have the internet to communicate with people that you became homeless. No one would even know. There are probably homeless top pickers out there on PGR. They're all hanging out in San Francisco on Skid Row. Unstoppable. Now, here's the thing, though. What is interesting about this is I've had this channel that's been pretty freaking well respected. I wonder if we could adjust it, though. If we adjusted for the bottom, did we have any sort of breakout? Wow, it's like a failed breakout. Again, this isn't something you take action on. Just trying to make sense of it. 1 and 2 on the top, 1 and 2 on the bottom, and now you've hit the top again of the big channel. Look, I like the heart line. It's okay here. Big old weekly bearish engulfing candle yesterday or Friday confirmed. It was the lowest weekly candle close since January 23rd. So you got to think this is kind of I mean, oscillators are all whacked out, man. Just because it doesn't matter. The people keep buying, but that's a failed breakout a couple times now. So you got to wonder, I mean, this thing could go down to 117 and still be in an uptrend. It would just be considered oversold in the uptrend. So definitely at premium levels. I guess I could tell you that. Yeah, pretty, I mean, 3-day, pretty crazy candle daily. Yeah, just a gap down. Was it earnings? Yeah, it was just earnings. Gap could fill. Just saying, like up here, it's a confirmation high at a supply line, right? So anytime that happens, it's not a great area to long. But the problem is the trend's been so bullish that you could just be like, you could just get wrecked if it just pivots and fills the gap and keeps running. Because the trend, like going short in a trend that is so bullish like this, that could be folly too. So probably the best thing to do is nothing. But hey, all right, 2 failed attempts to break the supply line. So a lot of times when that happens, you go down to the bottom of the trend line, right? 117, 120, or at least 120. Okay, there's your progressive Varese. I don't think anyone else requested anything, dude. Yeah, that was it. No requests. What are y'all doing? No one wants anything. Ecolab, yeah. Let's look at ECL. Why not, man? I haven't looked at this chart in a long time. Ecolab's one of the rising wedges, man. Like concerns here. You are in a long-established, undeniable downtrend. You cannot argue with that. No one would. If you knew how to define a trend on a chart, you'd never say this is bullish. This actually looks ripe for destruction. My God, it's awful. Right? Even you like this, you know, a little fake out right there. I mean, something like that. That is a nasty rising wedge. Disgusting, dude. And near the apex, so resolution soon, man. And so resolution soon, lower highs, lower lows forever, right? Since the top in December of 2021. So the trend is your friend. You have a bearish pattern that is presented in a bearish trend. And you even have bearish divergence in the bearish trend within the bearish consolidation structure. Even if it broke upwards, my God, you're playing with fire, man. You're playing with like radioactive fire. What's up with supply line here? Good God. I mean, like it's just above that supply line. Okay, it broke it, but dude, you cannot just base your argument on, oh, I'm going long because it's in a long established downtrend and it broke this level and it's holding it, but it's a rising wedge too with buyer exhaustion. So it's like impending price action, reversal to the downside, and from the high to low here, where are you? You're at a 78% retrace, really? Okay, what happened last time? What happened last time from the high to low? You made a 78% retrace before collapsing, before dumping and drawing down and making the new low, the fresh low. So for now, this is like you're getting really close to a big move coming on Ecolab. And just because you broke supply line doesn't mean you've reversed your trend. The trend is still well established. You're now kind of getting into value areas for shorts. 786, 886 like this. That's value. Guess we'll see. When's earnings on this one? Earnings May 2nd, so a couple weeks. Okay, good luck. Ecolab. Jeez. Just think about it, you know, like the cost. I mean, this is like what they do all kinds of stuff, like chemicals for like oil, petroleum. I mean, they also have a restaurant division, hospitality division too. I think it's like 10% of its company. So, you know, cost of manpower, right? Cost of transportation, cost of chemicals, the raw materials to make the chemicals. There are just so many unending logistical nightmares involved for companies like this, I think, coming up. But I just don't, how does the price go up? It would be like completely disconnected from reality. But it would be disconnected from technical reality too. Here, we pay extreme homage to the technicals, and this is lower highs, lower lows, unstoppable, right? So anyway. Let's look at Apple, though. People, sexy. Oh, I like Apple, man. Guess what it's doing? Repeating history once more. Bearish divergence at a supply line. I mean, I just don't even... if it goes up, that's great, man. But it was legit something stupid. I just don't know how. I mean, like, look what you're doing. You've virtually up-thrusted through that supply line just to really hit the 886, I think. No, you didn't. You got very, very close. My God. History repeating itself, Larry. This level has been perfect. And you're just slightly above it. And the buyers are exhausted at the level. And earnings coming up May 4th, so a couple weeks from now. Supply at a supply line. If this breaks upward, TA disrespected. I'll say that. Okay. Bearish divergence on the oscillators. At a supply line. At a formal 88% retrace from your previous high in the downtrend. I mean, like, legit, all the variables are lined up and are saying down next, not up. But okay, it's Apple, so you know, everyone in the world is going to try to prop up Apple. They've done a good job. I mean, a full 886 retrace again. That's holding it up pretty well, isn't it? And there it is, chat. There it is. Jesus chimes. That is a new day. A new day has been born. Bitcoin bearish and golden candle confirmed, unfortunately. Get wrecked, everybody. I'm sorry, man. I'm just the sun. Emitting my UV rays upon thee. Hope you had a great weekend. It is me. Here it is. Here is your fresh, hot off the presses. The ink has dried. What is it? Not the ink. The wax has dried on the bearish and golden candle. All right, sorry. Lowest weekly candle close on Bitcoin since March 6th. RSI now just right at falling below that bearish control zone at 60. Just below it, man. All right, that's it. Will we catch follow through this week? You'd think if like really, really bad earnings, really bad price action on the earnings reports, like it could be affected by that. Remember the VIX, man. If the VIX pumps, it's bad for everything. Everything risks off. And then Ethereum's weekly close. Here you are. Did you engulf? Very, very close. Almost yes. No, you didn't. Thank God. All right, chat. Ethereum did not technically cover the entirety of the previous candle from April 10th. It didn't happen. Look, I'll scale out so you can see. It was close, but guess what? No engulfing. I know it sucks. You're back below 1936, 2043, 1972, whatever, but still, I think you're safe above 1730. I don't think there are any problems until you fall below that 1730, 1700 level. All right. You haven't even made a 38% retrace yet, which I think you will in time. So it's like, oh, back to patience game. And then BNB, just to look at the weekly candle close. No big deal at all. No big deal at all. Just right at that inflection zone. The rising three methods bullish continuation pattern is still valid. It would become an invalid when you get a weekly candle close below 313. I think that'd be the cutoff for that continuation pattern. Pretty safe there. Again, you just gotta really think that BNB, after doing what should be fatal on a chart, normally is, right? When an asset confirms a top at an inflection point, tweezer top, bearish divergence, falls below it all, it should be done. But somehow, buyers have come in this weekend to just prop the price back up to the level, making things kind of interesting again, where it's just kind of hugging this resistance now. I mean, even making a local higher low than the low you saw at the beginning of April. It's crazy. Oh, inverted hammer, man. See you. Maybe. And then we'll go to XRP's weekly close and see what it looks like. Fresh. Just a bearish engulfing candle confirmed below the 200-week moving average. Again, 40 cents would be the most legendary back test on XRP. If we could get that, because we never got confirmation on the weekly, if we ever got 40 cents, it could be an awesome area to add to a position or to just enter, assuming we get like an actual pivot there. So look out for that. If we don't get it, okay, testament to how good it is, how strong it is. If market participants weren't able to push the price that low. All right, man, I've been live an hour. Just wanted to come live to, talk about what's coming up next week and how you do want to be really careful because the fundamentals are awful. We're going through like our own 2008. It's its own thing. I'm not saying it's like it is 08's crisis, the housing crisis. I'm talking about like you have the same things outside of the housing crisis that were going on are going on now. Jobs being lost, companies going bankrupt, and it's just April, about to be May. So many more jobs going to be lost. Remember the number 168,243 jobs, or how many layoffs have happened since January 1st. And that's massive. What the? Oh, God. I got to change my... I hotkeyed all these because I had to. Whoops, sorry, man. I got this thing on. Whoops. Never using numpad again. Okay, so in 2022... No way that's real, right? According to the latest reports, there were... How is that real? 15.4 million job layoffs in 2022? Yeah, trouble ahead, CEOs would say. I mean, you have like the big companies too. And how many stores did Starbucks close? Let's see how many. In 2023, Starbucks has closed. Can I find it? It was like a lot, man. It was a lot of like 200 or something stores closing in the past year, maybe. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. So Starbucks has, over the past 2 years, I mean, it's shuttered like 500 Starbucks stores. And that's going to keep going. But Disney's laying off too. All the tech companies. It's not going to stop, man. And like you got to like pay attention because they're like these regional chains are collapsing and they're not making news really. Like you'll hear everyone hear about Starbucks and Disney and stuff. Even McDonald's stores closing, right? But you're not going to hear about like those regional companies I was talking about earlier, like Morphe and Tops. You know, like what's Tops, man? It's just some like this regional grocery store. Tons of clothing retailers are done and will never come back, and I think that will continue. It's not even the mom and pops closing. It's like the, you know, big, they're not mom and pops, they're like regional chains. Like I don't consider a regional chain a mom and pop at all. But I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure there are plenty, like a unlimited amount of, you know, small businesses shuttering too. It's getting rough out there, man. And on top of that, the cost of goods are as high as they've ever been. They've never been this high. So. All right, so I guess I'll just leave y'all to it, man. I don't know. It's like, this is just, we're on live support here, man. On live support till we get some price action, some real price action. This is just churning stuff. And my God, I mean, the sellers are just straight up losers if they can't get the price below $26,700. They're straight up losers. You haven't done that. Like, what are you doing, sellers? It's time. Time to break 26.7 so you can go down to 25.2 or $25,000 to go test that level and hit a 38% retrace from your previous low to high. I mean, if the sellers can't get the price below 26.7, then they didn't even sell it's not even a sell off. It's a joke. I mean, you pivot here, my God. The consequences could be insane. So you can't just like give up yet. Remember, all this bad stuff happening to our financial system is really, really good for Bitcoin. It's exactly why Bitcoin was created in the first place. All right, so far the bearish divergence has begun to play out with the bearish engulfing, but the follow through hasn't really come yet. Not too much. So wait for 26.7 to get taken out before you can even say, oh. For now it's like meh. All right. Well, y'all have a good evening. I really appreciate you coming out. Thank you so much, Batson, for the $690 contribution. Thank you, Anonymous, for the $100 contribution. Y'all are amazing. I really appreciate the support. 100% crowdsourced, especially in these trying, troubling times with just viewership down, you know, likes down, chat engagement down, everything, man. It gets really demoralizing over here. But, I mean, the support you show just is you stating, you know, that you want me to keep coming back and you do find value in what I do. Right, so you know, that's it. So thank y'all for that ongoing support, and I promise I will do everything in my power to keep coming back and analyzing the way I've been analyzing for over 5 years now. So I'll just be back. Until next time, respect the T. Hey.